in the past we've talked about when people go on job interviews, the things they should and shouldn't do. And a lot of times we've read these lists where somebody who's gone on a job interview and said like the craziest thing a boss ever asked them.
Right.
Well, now they flip the script. Somebody asked bosses to name the craziest reasons they've rejected somebody from a job. And, you think you get rejected from a job because somebody's more qualified, or, your resume says you went to University of Maryland and not Harvard or something like that. No, there's some really hinky stuff that people did that you're like, wait, what? One guy had applied for a job at a restaurant.
Right.
Yeah, you show up at a restaurant. It's like a surf bar kind of restaurant, except he had no shirt and no shoes on.
And it says on the door, you kind of need that.
No shirt, no shoes, no service. So
right.
Again, like a restaurant is not going to hire you if you actually show up doing the one thing they ask you not to do. This is something I might have done. One boss said that during an interview, a woman asked how many of the male employees were single.
Oh, nice.
That sounds like something her mother told her to say.
I talked to a guy today who is doing interviews. He's a friend of mine, and he's doing interviews. He's opening up a new store in a different city, and he said half the people that he called in for an interview didn't even show up today.
What?
They didn't even show up. They didn't call.
How do you just ghost somebody for a job interview? That's amazing.
No, he said one guy called him like 5 minutes before he was supposed to be there and said he can't make it. And then other people just ghosted him.
Yeah, those are people that are going to be unemployed for a long time.
Yeah, he can't give away a job. He's like, I want to hire people, and nobody's showing up.
One boss said a guy's cover letter was just a blank page with the words cover letter on it. I guess he didn't know how to Google cover letter. If you don't know what a cover letter is, go ahead and Google it. It's not like a fax page. My favorite thing is like sometimes you apply for jobs and you give them your resume, and then you have to reiterate your resume in the cover letter. Then you go to that link where you then have to put in specific things about your resume in the links. Mm-hmm. It's like, I just sent you my resume. Can't you just read that? Like, I don't understand any of that.
And then you go to the interview, and I had this a lot lately where they said, I don't have your resume in front of me, so you just tell me about yourself.
Oh, my God. I just gave you my resume in triplicate.
Right.
I wrote it out like a story in my cover letter. I gave you a copy of it digitally. You can go ahead and just pull it up on your phone if you like. Mm-hmm. And then on your website, I then broke down my resume into sections where you asked me where I worked and for how long, and told you everything that was just on my resume.
And if I'm a veteran or not, and all
right.
that. So you should know everything there is about
my favorite one. I love it. They're now asking how you identify.
Right.
I love that. Like she, him, her, they.
Right.
I've gotten that a lot.
And I told the guy a couple of weeks ago when I did a job interview, I said, I tend to say stupid stuff. So,
in radio, they'd be like, oh, that's like, we want to hire you. In any other job, they'd be like, yeesh, that's a red flag.
And one guy interviewed me after his partner interviewed me. He said, would you want to take anything back that you said to my partner? I said, I want to take it all back because I don't remember what I said. And I guess whatever I said was good because you're calling me. So I think I'll just say the same thing I said to him. And one, I thought I nailed it. Never heard from the guy again.
Yeah, they should at least tell you. Like, to ghost you after you've gotten that far. I can see sending a resume and then you don't hear anything. I get that. Mm-hmm. But if you've gotten so far to have an interview, they should at least say, like, thanks for coming in. We found somebody more qualified. Or, FYI, you came in and you stunk. Like, literally, physically, we didn't like the way you smelled. Like, just give me a reason.
Right, because I thought I nailed that interview. I thought when I got done from that phone call, the guy's going to call me up 2 minutes later and hire me. Never heard from him again. And it was a job that I was overqualified for.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like dating now on an app. You can just keep swiping. And it's like, yeah, she's hot, but she's hotter, and she's hotter, and she's even hotter.
So you say there's somebody hotter than me?
Yep, there was somebody hotter than you. I know, somebody hotter than you, maybe who was like holding a dog as well. That usually helps.
See, I went to it with a cat, so that was where I made the mistake. I had the cat instead of the dog.
Yeah, you can't bring a cat to a dog job.
If you did an interview now, yeah, you wouldn't be good.
Why?
Yeah, because
It'd be great. I'm so charming.
okay, let's say you went to the interview and the interviewer showed up 20 minutes late.
I would let it go this time. But I would, here's the thing. I would let it go. And then once they hired me, I would be like, listen, you, when we have meetings and you say 3:00, 3:00 is 3:00. It's not 3:20.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wait till I had the job. It's the same thing with dating. I'm telling you, like, I was on my best behavior with my boyfriend, but as soon as he sealed the deal, real Cooper came out.
So I have an interview one morning at a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the Starbucks, and I don't know what the guy looks like because he doesn't have a LinkedIn account. I couldn't see what he looked like.
Right.
I just know his name, and he kind of said what he looked like. I mean, he's like, dude, I'm 5'3", and I got a shaved head.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm waiting at Starbucks. I get there, knowing me, I get there 20 minutes early. I go to Starbucks. I'm sitting at the table. And then a guy walks in with a shaved head and a tie on and all that. And I look at him across the room and I go, do the little head thing like, hi, hey, what's up? And he goes, hey, what's up? So then the guy goes and gets a coffee and sits down at my table and we start talking.
Uh-huh.
And I said, how's business? And he's like, it's great. He's asking me some questions. And about 10 minutes into it, I go, you're not Patrice, are you? And he said, no.
You picked up a guy at the store.
So I'm just sitting there talking to the guy, and I thought I was in a job interview, but I'm sitting there just talking with the guy.
You were on a blind date. That guy was looking for the guy he met on Grindr.
And it's weird. He's asking me about my work and my job, and yeah. So the guy's like, no.
It didn't tip you off when he said, should we go to my car?
No, I thought he was giving
Do you want
me.
to go to the bathroom or my car?
He offered me a job. I didn't hear what kind of job. I just said, okay, I'll take it.